Hello everyone, this is SK Singh from DPS Mathura Refinery. Dear children, today we'll see few questions from exemplar inverse trigonometric function. Let us proceed for the session. First of all, we must take into consideration this table. This table contains the domain and range. You can see the domain of sin inverse x and cos inverse x is -1 to 1, that is mod x less than equal to 1, and the range is -pi by 2 to +pi by 2 and 0 to pi. In the same way, the domain of cosec inverse x, sec inverse x are -1 or mod x greater or equal to 1. In case of tan inverse cot inverse, range domain is R, and the range of sin inverse x -pi by 2 to +pi by 2, tan inverse x -pi by 2 +pi by 2 in open interval. In case of cosec inverse x, it is -pi by 2 to +pi by 2 and -0. Similarly, 0 to pi closed interval of cos inverse x, 0 to pi open interval of cot inverse x, and 0 to pi closed interval -pi by 2 is the range of sec inverse x. So we are proceeding to the next point. We will see some questions based on this concept. Let us see the first question, that is tan inverse tan 5 pi by 6 plus cos inverse cos 13 pi by 6. If we look at the first step, tan inverse tan 5 pi by 6, 5 pi by 6, its value is 5 pi by 6, but 5 pi by 6 doesn't belong to its range. And what is the range of this tan function? -pi by 2 to +pi by 2. So this is not belonging to this one, so this cannot be. So tan 5 pi by 6 can be written as tan pi minus pi by 6. So we can write it in this way: tan inverse tan pi minus pi by 6 as 5 pi by 6, and tan inverse tan pi minus pi by 6, pi minus pi by 6 lies in second quadrant, so it is -10 pi by 6. And you know that it can be written as tan inverse tan minus 5 pi by 6, so its value will be -pi by 6. So you can see the range of tan inverse tan 5 pi by 6 is -pi by 6, and cos inverse cos 13 pi by 6, it can be written as cos inverse cos 2 pi plus pi by 6, and cos inverse cos 2 pi plus pi by 6 is lying in first quadrant, so 2 pi plus theta is plus cos theta, so cos inverse cos pi by 6, and cos inverse cos pi by 6 is plus pi by 6, so its net answer will come out equal to 0. So the answer of first question is 0. Now look at one more question. Look at see tan inverse tan 2 pi by 3. Look at question number 5. So again 2 pi by 3 doesn't belong to -pi by 2 +pi by 2 open interval, so this can be written as tan inverse tan pi minus pi by 3, and this is can be written as tan inverse -10 pi by 3, because you know pi minus theta belongs to second quadrant, and in second quadrant tan is negative, so its minus sign will be there, and this can be written as tan inverse 10 minus pi by 3, and tan inverse 10 minus pi by 3 is -pi by 3. So tan inverse 10 2 pi by 3 is 10 pi minus pi by 3, and it is -10 pi by 3, and it is 10 minus pi by 3, so its range will be -pi by 3. So its answer will be -pi by 3. Let us proceed few more questions. Look at question number 20. Which of the following is the principal value of cos inverse x? And right now we have seen the principal value of cos inverse x is 0 to pi closed interval. and here 0 to pi closed interval lies in point number C, so its answer is 20C. What is the value of following is the principal value branch of cosec inverse x? We know that in case of sin inverse x, tan inverse x and cosec inverse x, the range of the function is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. In case of cos inverse x, it is not defined at pi by 2, it is not defined at 0, so its answer will be minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 in open interval, and 0 can be taken out of it. So these are the, let us see a few more questions. Look at question number 22. Say 3 tan inverse x plus cot inverse x equal to pi. So we can write it as 2 tan inverse x plus tan inverse x plus cot inverse x. 3 tan inverse x can be written as 2 tan inverse x plus tan inverse x plus cot inverse x. So we have 2 tan inverse x plus tan inverse x plus cot inverse x equal to pi. And we know that tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is how much? This is equal to pi by 2. So 2 tan inverse x equal to pi minus pi by 2. So if we take this pi by 2 to the right hand side, 2 tan inverse x equal to, so we have 2 tan inverse x equal to pi by 2. So we can say tan inverse x equal to pi by 4. So tan inverse x equal to pi by 4, and from here we can say x equal to 10 pi by 4, and x equal to 10 pi by 4 means 1. So the answer of 22nd question is 1. So this is the, in the same way, let us see a few more questions based on this. Look at question number 24. The domain of function cos inverse this is. We know that the domain of sin inverse x and cos inverse x is mod x less than equal to 1, or it is belonging to minus 1 to 1. So according to this question, we have 2x minus 1 greater equal to minus 1 and less than equal to 1. So 2x minus 1 greater equal to minus 1 and less than equal to 1. On adding 1 each term, we have 0 less than equal to 2x and less than equal to 2. On adding 1 in each term. On dividing by 2, we have x greater equal to 0 and less than equal to 1. So what should be the domain of cos inverse 2x minus 1? It is from 0 to 1 in closed interval. So its first answer is correct, that 0 to 1 is the range of cos inverse 2x minus 1. Let us see one more question. Let us look at question number 26. We know that cos of this expression equal to 0. If cos of this expression equal to 0, it means this sin inverse 2 by 5 plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2. If sin inverse 2 by 5 plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2, so we can say cos inverse x equal to pi by 2 minus sin inverse 2 by 5, and you know that pi by 2 minus sin inverse 2 by 5 is cos inverse 2 by 5, and from here we can say x equal to 2 by 5. So here x equal to 2 by 5, so B is the answer. Let us see a few more questions based on it. Look at question number 28. Cos inverse cos 3 pi by 2. So cos inverse cos 3 pi by 2 can be written as pi plus pi by 2, and pi plus pi by 2 is known as minus cos pi by 2, or minus cos pi by 2 is 0. So we can say cos inverse 0, and cos inverse 0 is how much? Cos inverse, in case of cos, we know that cos pi by 2 is 0, so cos inverse 0 is nothing but pi by 2. So what is the answer of question number 28? It is pi by 2. Look at question number 29. The value of expression 2 sec inverse 2 sin inverse 1 by 2. The sec, in case of sec, the 2 lies in 60 degrees. So 2 sec inverse x is 2 into, here there we have, so we have 2 into, and sec inverse 2 is sec 60, that is pi by 3, plus here sin inverse 1 by 2. In case of sin, 1 by 2 occurs in case of 30 degree, that is pi by 6. So its answer is it is 2 pi by 3 upon pi by 6. So we can say it is nothing but equal to 2 pi by 3 can be written as 4 pi by 6. 4 pi by 6 plus pi by 6 is 5 pi by 6. So B is the right answer in case of question number 29. Let us look one more question, question number 31. We know that 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is sin 2 theta, and 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is tan 2 cos 2 theta. So now look in the first term here, if we write a equal to tan theta in the first expression, so here we have sin inverse and it is 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, and 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is sin 2 theta. So it is sin inverse sin 2 theta, and this value will be equal to 2 theta, and we have placed that a equal to tan theta, so theta equal to tan inverse a. So we have 2 tan inverse a. So the first expression is 2 tan inverse a. In the same way, we can prove that if we substitute a equal to tan theta in second expression, then we have 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, it is cos 2 theta, cos inverse cos 2 theta is 2 theta, that is 2 tan inverse a. So here 2 tan inverse a of this expression we will also find. So in left hand side we have 2 tan inverse a plus 2 tan inverse a, it becomes 4 tan inverse a. So it becomes 4, it is 2 tan inverse a plus 2 tan inverse a, it is 4 tan inverse a, and right hand side it is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. So we can say it is 2 tan inverse x. 4 tan inverse a will be equal to 2 tan inverse x. If we cancel this 2 into 2, so 2 tan inverse a equal to x. So we have 2 tan inverse a equal to x. So we have 2 tan inverse a equal to tan inverse x. So 2 tan inverse a can be written as tan inverse 2a upon 1 minus a square equal to tan inverse x. So what we have, x equal to 2a upon 1 minus a square. So this is the very important result. Here we have the answer of this question is D part, that is 2a upon 1 minus a square. So these were the some questions taken from the exemplar problem. Let us see a few more questions based on it. What is the value of sec inverse 1 by 2? We know that sec inverse 1 by 2. So can we have any value of cos theta is 2? Answer is no. So this value does not exist. What is the principal value of tan inverse root 3? You know, tan inverse root 3 is tan 60 degrees root 3, so pi by 3. So its answer is pi by 3. What is the value of cos inverse cos 14 pi by 3? So this can be written as cos inverse cos 2 pi plus 2 pi by 3. You can see 14 pi by 3 can be written as 2 pi plus 2 pi by 3, or it is cos inverse cos 2 pi by 3, or cos inverse cos 2 pi by 3 lies in the principal range. So its answer is 2 pi by 3, question number 43. So in this way we can solve questions based on this function. So look at the last question of exemplar exercise. What is the principal value of this? Can you suggest me sin inverse 1 by 2? In case of sin, the 1 by 2 value is pi by 6. So sin inverse 1 by 2 is pi by 6. And cos pi by 6. So sin inverse, and it is cos, and sin inverse 1 by 2 sin 30 degrees and pi by 6, cos pi by 6. And cos 30 degree, you know that it is root 3 by 2. So sin, In case of sine inverse, the root 3 by 2 is the value of 60 degree, so its answer is pi by 3. So this answer is correct, that this value is pi by 3. This is all about exemplar problem. That's all. So we are coming to an end of inverse trigonometric function. We have solved few questions of NCERT problem, exemplar problem, objective type. We have also undergone a online assessment. Now one more online assessment is awaiting you. Soon you will get that online assessment, and in that assessment you will have questions from the chapter 1, that is relations and function, as well as inverse trigonometric function. And I hope that you are preparing these two chapters thoroughly. These are the one of the very important chapter of class 12 syllabus, not only with the board point of view but also with the competitive point of view. And I have taken the question one by one very slowly. So now it is your turn to work hard and get the thing. Whenever you have any doubt, post it on the forum. I will get back to you. Thank you. All the best.